Okay, so I got my group, I got my thing, and I got my YouTube. All right, I'm using StreamYard as always. I just want to make sure that I have everybody, and I got everybody in. All right, y'all. All right, the Smiths from the Dirty South. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, my man. Hey, I saw your post about the inboxes, the DMs. I said that's my guy there. What's up? Good to see you. Okay, let's see who's back in the building. Valerie says, I am back. Okay, y'all. I am back in the building. We're going to get started here in a moment. I just went online with my YouTube. I just wanted to make sure that all of my YouTube tribe is able to get in to the show because I'm growing on YouTube, y'all. We are growing now. Hey, Lydia from Redding, California. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's early out there. It's like 5 o'clock. Okay. Thank you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with the doctor tonight, and we are going to get busy. All right. All right. We got Sandra from is that Mobile, Alabama? All right. Good, good, good. Okay, y'all. All right. Now, so here's what I want to know. All right, we got Brittany, Chicago in the building, Chi-Town. I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, y'all, invite your friends, family, because I'm gonna break some stuff down tonight. I am going to break some stuff down tonight and give you answers to questions you have had for a long, 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 long time. And many people have believed that some things, and that, you know what? Okay, Lisa from Salisbury, North Kakalaki. And so what I'm doing tonight is I got something good. And many of you, as I said before, you had questions, but I'm going to answer those questions tonight because someone called me today and says, I want to know if you got the answer to this. Listen, if you got a question, I got an answer. All right, so y'all will get started. Give me 1.5 minutes and we will get busy. So everybody who's checking in, we got quite a few people on. If you are, just tell me where you are calling from. Where you're checking in from. We got Chattanooga in the house. All right. All right, that's that BMW Kathy. Hello, coach. How are you? All right, listen, y'all. All right, we're going to get started here in less than a minute. We got Angela from Tennessee. Thanks for being here, Angela. You know, I always appreciate you being in the building. And so we have less than 1 minute to go, and then I'm going to do what I do. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concern about what we're going to talk about tonight, if you want to know something, listen, I'm doing fine. Glad. I hope you are. But if you want to know something tonight about this topic, the topic is, and I could have used men attracting women, but I decided that most of my clients are women. So I said the topic for tonight is, why do you keep attracting the same kind of guys? If that has ever happened to you, if you've ever wondered anything like that, just raise your hand and say, I have wondered that. And you keep saying, because I get all the time, I get things like, Coach, why do I keep attracting married guys? Or, Coach, why do I keep attracting guys who are not available? Or, Coach, why do I keep attracting men who are needy, who don't have a job, or who are needy? And so the doctor is going to give you the answers tonight. Now, a lot of the things I'm going to tell you, you're not going to like. I can tell you in advance you're not going to like them because a lot of them are going to step on your toes. However, I am going to give you clarity about why things are happening to you and why people are persistently and consistently entering your life, entering your space. And then, but when I break it down to you, are you going to say, well, damn, I get it now. And then, but not only I'm not going to leave you like that though. I'm not going to leave you with just knowing. I'm going to show you how to stop it, how to interrupt the pattern, how to come out, how to stop doing the same stuff you've been doing. Is that fair? All right, but first and foremost, let me get started in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Love, Lust, and Lies. I am your host, Ken Canion, aka Coach Kid. And on tonight's show, what we're going to talk about is why do women keep attracting the same kind of guys? And I'm going to break that down. But before we go, I got to show you. I got a letter, an inbox from someone, and I always read them to you. So I want to give you the letter so you can understand in context why I decided to do this. And she says, "Dear Ken, listen, Ken, I am super frustrated. The reason I am writing this letter is because I keep attracting the same kinds of guys. Most of them are married or in a relationship with someone. Hell, is it me or is it the guys? I just don't understand. I am getting more and more frustrated that I may not find the guy for me. Coach, I'm calling you. I'm calling you. She actually wrote, but she says, I'm calling you because I know that you have the answer. Oh, thank you so much. I know that you have the answer and you are willing to give it to me. All right. Please do a live on this topic. Signed, Anonymous. Signed, I know who it is, but she didn't want me to say her name. Signed, Anonymous. Okay, Anonymous, I am going to give you the answer. So I need y'all to understand, get your pens, paper, pencil, paper, put paper to pencil, pen, put pen to paper, paper to pen, so we can get busy and do what it is we got to do. All right, so the first thing I've got to tell you this. Now, there is a thing called the law of attraction. I don't know if you believe in it. Some people say, well, I don't believe in the law of attraction because, I'm a Christian or I'm Muslim or I'm whatever. And I often tell them this. I said, the law of attraction does not negate anything as far as spirituality. And if anything, it actually complements it. They're actually in alignment with it, because you can look at the word, and the word talks about iron sharpeneth iron, like attracts like. And the law of attraction simply says this. I got to start here because I got to give you some basis and context to understand what it is we're going to discuss tonight. Okay? Somebody says I keep attracting preachers and musicians. I'm going to tell you why tonight, and you're going to understand it in a way that you probably didn't before. Well, the law of attraction is think of it like a magnetic power of the universe that brings things into your life, attracts things into your life. It's almost like the pull of gravity, right? Gravity, if you jump off a building, you head it for the ground. The pull from gravity brings you to the ground. So the way the law of attraction and manifestation, they go hand in hand. I often say attraction is the process by which things start coming into your life. The law of manifestation is the product. The product is the thing that you've been thinking about, the thing that you've been wanting to attract into your life. So the law of attraction is the process, the idea of it bringing it into your life. The law of manifestation, which they go hand in hand, they are brothers and sisters of the same coin. And the law of manifestation is the product. Once you receive the product. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because it simply says, the law of attraction and manifestation simply says this: like attracts like. You attract the things that you think about, so in other words, you bring about what you think about. Okay, when you wherever your energy goes, wherever your attention goes, and energy flows, those things are attracted to you. You ever thought about something for a long time? Or you ever thought about a person? You just thought about them, all of a sudden they appeared. And it's like, I was just thinking about you the other day. All right. The law of attraction works kind of like that. Now, but what I need you to understand is whenever you put intense focus onto something, it all becomes energy. So I'm going to break this down in a second. And so that you understand it. All right. And so I'm going to take my time. So I want you to understand it. She says, I like money. I don't have any. And I'm going to tell you why you don't have any. And that's going to be, ooh, I'm glad you said that. She says, I like money, but I don't have any. Right. Okay. Because you're manifesting the lack of money. And so what's happening is y'all, so think of the law of attraction like this. Okay. Every human being, every thought, every person, all of us vibrate on a certain frequency. So if you were to look at the human form under a microscope, everything is moving. Everything is moving. If you would look at it in the form, we're all moving. Molecules, cells, everything is moving. It's moving at what we call a vibrational frequency. All things move. All things are made of the same things. Okay. All things are vibration. Thoughts are vibration. We have feelings of vibration. All of those things. So what happens is we operate on a certain vibrational frequency. So if you feel good, if you feel great, if you feel hopeful, if you feel energetic, your vibrational frequency grows up. Okay. Now, the more you think about things that may be negative, like fear, more emotions, because your compass for vibration are your emotions. I'm gonna get to why you keep attracting the same guy in a second, but I got to give you the context of it. And so what happens is that when you operate on a frequency of fear, sadness, frustration. You ever notice people, they say birds of a feather flock together? That's the law of attraction in practical motion. You ever heard of people? You ever notice that people who are sad attract people who are sad? Con artists attract con artists. Okay? People who are positive. In my life, I attract certain kinds of people because of my vibrational frequency. And it's a lot of times, if you wonder why you keep attracting the people that you're attracting, it's because your frequency is at a level that they're on. All right. So when I want to manifest something in my life, I simply begin to think about it. I simply begin to pour all of my energy into it. I raise my emotion as though I already have it. Now that's for another time. That's for another time. I can show you how to do that. All right. But what happens is this: when I begin to think about it, when I begin to attach emotions to it. So I always tell people, I said, if you think about it from a biblical perspective, God says, hey, believe. You believe that you will receive. That means that you have faith. That is, you are speaking something in existence that is not already here. That is the law of attraction and manifestation. Okay, and so it says, believe it that you have it. Confess it. It says, confess it. Make your intention known. Believe that you've already received it. Act as if, and then receive that which it is, that which you want. All right, now watch this, y'all. This is powerful now. This is not just spiritual. It is practical too. It is practical to our lives. So I said all that to say this. I said all that to say there are things that you are attracting in your life and you don't know why. The law of attraction works whether you understand it or not. It works whether you believe it or not. You might not believe that gravity works, but jump off a 10-story building and that'll be the end of you. And see, you might not know how a car works. You just know when you put it in drive that the car drives away. That's all you know. Okay. And so tonight, what I'm going to break down is I'm going to break down why you keep attracting the same kinds of guys. The same kinds of guys. I'm going to break it down. But let me start by saying this. Number one, and so this is the myth of it all, that every single female, attracts all kinds of guys. All right. They attract married guys. They attract guys who are unavailable. The difference is, you ever notice? The difference is that they don't stay around long. See, what happens is, the reason you notice that all of the guys you seem to attract are a certain way is because they have stayed around long enough for you to notice it. You have entertained them long enough for you to notice that they were married. But because there are certain things about them that is attractive to you, either on a conscious or subconscious level. I know, like I said, some people gonna get triggered, but that's cool. Let me continue. Allow me to continue what I'm saying. All right. So I need you to understand that. So the first thing you got to understand in the law of attraction and manifestation, my camera. Oh, I hit my camera, y'all. I got to do that. Okay. That whatever you think about, ever said, what is your position as you are attracting? What are your thought process? Oh, yeah, that's true. All right. We're the wrong person. All right. So first things first, I need you to understand this. If you are, see, what happens is everyone might attract, someone might be attracted, all types of women might be attracted to a married guy, or a married guy might be attracted to him, but they don't hang around long because they don't like it. Now, if you're habitually finding that this is the kind of person that is attracted to me, well, what's going on? So tonight, I'm going to break down everything that's going on. Okay? Is that fair? And if you have any questions, if you'd like to be on the show, you're welcome to. Just let me know. All right. Now, some of you might get triggered by what I'm going to tell you, but I really don't give a damn, because I'm just going to tell the truth. All right? All right. Number one. So there are 5 words. I wrote this down. I did my homework on this, y'all. I've been doing this for a long time, but I did 5 ways. 5 ways that you keep getting, why you keep getting the same guys. Number 1 is because your conscious vibration is attracting them. Let me explain what it is. So the law of attraction, the way it works is this: whatever you think about, you bring about. See, the law of attraction, the power of the universe is, the universe will give you that which you want. Ask and it is given. That's what the word says. So what happens is this, though. It works regardless. So if you say, I am going to have a beautiful relationship. I'm going to have somebody that loves me for me. I'm going to have a person who will drink my dirty bath water, right? Then the universe will begin to bring you that type of person, right? That is your conscious attraction. But it works there. But this is where a lot of people are messing up. Here's where they're attracting the wrong guys, because it works the exact opposite too. When you say what you don't want, when you say, I don't want a man that's going to cheat on me. I don't want a man that's married. I don't want a man that has all these kids. I don't want a man that's got baby mama drama. And the more you say that I don't want that, what are you doing? Your vibration is on that frequency. But now your energy is on that frequency. And what happens? You're going to get that, because wherever you focus your energy, that is what is attracted to you. So I teach my people, stop saying what you don't want and focus on what you do want. If you say, I want a man that's going to love me for me. I want a man that's going to accept me. I want a man that's going to accept my children. I want a man who will be with only me, as opposed to saying, I don't want a man that cheats. I don't want a man who's going to cut out on me. I don't want a man who's going to do this and that. And what happens is, now your energy is focused on that. That is called your conscious vibration. Okay, and your conscious vibration is the thing that many of us are doing. That's the way the law of attraction works. So whatever you focus on. Now, the other thing is this. The other part of conscious vibration is you keep saying it. You keep giving it energy. You keep saying it. I keep attracting married men. I keep attracting fuck boys. I keep attracting this and I keep attracting that. And the more you say that, the more you speak that, the more that becomes your reality. And so when you do that, let me give a mic. My mic don't go nowhere. Not now. Not that I got crunk now. And so this conscious vibration is a part of you. But most of us are unknowingly creating obstacles, creating resistance. And what they call it is resistance. Resistance is anything that is impeding the thing that I desire from coming my way. And when you say, I don't want, what is the universe here? All I hear is, okay, you don't want cheat? Okay, I'll bring you somebody that cheats. And so, because that's where your energy is going. I mean, y'all, this is super powerful. I'm gonna give you an example. Let me give you an example. If you think this is hocus pocus, or if you think it's bullshit or whatever. So anyway, let me just say this: there are people on this live who are in my coaching group. Okay, and I had a coaching group, still have it, that's been with me for 7 months. These ladies have been with me for a long time. And I told them at the beginning what was going to happen. And much of it has happened. But what they did not know at the beginning that I said I was going to teach them online dating. Because one of the things I knew that relationships are being made online. A lot of people are jaded. I don't like online because there are crazy people out there. But the truth of the matter is you can meet a crazy person right at your grocery store up the street. But I knew that online dating people, that's where people were going who wanted to date. I just had to show them how to sift through the unsavory characters. I had to show them how to sift through people who were not in alignment with them. And so what I did was I began writing into my law of manifestation and my attraction journal. I began describing this other coach. I began telling myself what she looked like, how she would teach them online dating, how this person would interact in her feminine energy that would show my ladies what I could not show them. I could teach them how to date, how to communicate, how to spot a dude who wasn't about shit. I could teach them all of that, but I could not teach them how to operate in physical feminine energy. I could tell them what it was, but I needed this person, so I wrote about her. Tell me they powerful. So what happened was, once we got, and I never worried about, once I wrote about it, once I made my intention known to the universe, and I said, God, this is what I want, I let it go. I forgot all about it. Y'all, do you know, 2.5 months ago, I get a call from this female who says, I watched one of your TikToks. She says, I'd like to interview you for my podcast. So, but during the time we got to start interviewing, but I started asking her questions about who she was. And she began to tell me who she was and how she had been online dating, how she had mastered online dating. She knew how to decipher who to go, who was real, how to create a profile, what type of pictures to put up so that you'd get noticed in a crowded marketplace. And I'm just sitting there, I'm salivating as she's telling me this. And I'm saying, I wrote about you. I wrote about you. And she's working with me right now. And y'all, when I talk to her every day, her name is Rose Walker. She is amazing. Ain't she amazing, ladies? Rose is amazing. And I said I didn't know how I was going to do it. I wasn't worried about how. I was worried about why. Listen to me carefully. When your why is big enough, the how becomes irrelevant. When your why is big enough, my why was big enough because I had to teach my ladies. I had to teach my ladies. And because I had to teach my ladies, I had to find someone who could do something that I was unable to do. But what I was able to do, I was able to manifest this person in my life, because the reason I was to manifest this person in my life, because I said, what I'm going to do is focus my energy, raise my vibrational frequency. And I said, I'm going to act as if she was already here. And when all that did was speed up the process. How many of you want a relationship? but you're afraid to act as if you already have it. You're afraid because let me show you how to act as if. Start doing what you were doing if they were already here. I kept teaching my class like she was already here. And by the time I got to that point, she was here. And that's the same thing with relationships. So here's the thing. It's called, and that is the thing that's called conscious vibration. The second reason you keep attracting, now this is a powerful one. You keep attracting the same kind of guys is because of unconscious vibration or familiarity. See, let me explain something to you. We operate two ways. Each one of us have what we call a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Our conscious mind are our active thoughts, okay, our dreams, all of those things. But our subconscious mind, which is responsible for 95% of our reality, is the program that we operate on. You ever notice how we do things and you don't even know why you do it? You do it because mom and them did it. You do the same things that they do. You do the same routine that's your subconscious programming. And so the subconscious mind was formulated from ages 0 when you were in your mother's belly, your mother's womb, for third trimester to you're 7 years old. Let's say 10 years old. They say 7, 10, it's all debatable. Doesn't matter. You didn't have a subconscious mind. Your subconscious programming was formed from those ages till you say 10 years old. That's why therapists say, let me find out what's wrong with you. All I got to do is go back to when you tell me about your childhood, because that's subconscious programming. And many of us have seen things. It's called unconscious vibration. You have seen things around you. Now get this for a minute. Maybe you saw like some men, they saw their dad be a whore. They saw their dad go around. They saw their dad, do things to their mother, and thus their subconscious programming. But mama stayed. Mama stayed and took care of the family. So whether they knew it or not, unbeknownst to them, that the child became what he saw. The child was programmed that mom will stay even if dad fuck around. Okay? And so now when the child grows up to be 30 and 40 and the child is doing the same thing that daddy did, and they don't understand why, because of the unconscious programming that they're operating on. Now, ladies, let me tell you what that means to you. What that means to you is this. I always tell them the unconscious program is, what have you seen? What did you see your mom and dad's relationship to believe? And so what happens is mom and dad's relationship was a certain way. Right? And so now you have been unconsciously programmed to believe that relationships a certain way. So now you keep attracting the guys that you saw, maybe who were unavailable. Maybe it was your father who was unavailable. Maybe it was your uncle. Maybe it was somebody. And now you have internalized that I'm supposed to fight for an unavailable man. I'm supposed to fight. I'm supposed to give him, because mama gave him a chance, because mama kept doing that. And subconsciously, what happens is this unconscious vibration, which is your subconscious mind. You keep running. You don't know it. But that's the program you keep operating on. And y'all listen to what I'm saying. A lot of times you've seen this over the years. When you were younger, you've seen a certain thing. Maybe they told you you weren't worth anything, or maybe they told you the program was you weren't worth a certain type of guy, or you weren't worth this because of where you came from, because of the education, because you were fat, because you were skinny, and that permeated your subconscious programming. Thus, now what you do is you get with a guy and you let him run all over you because you feel the unworthiness in your subconscious programming. He runs all over you, and then he tells you, he treats you like shit, but you can't combat it. You can't fight it because your program is fucked up. It's messed up, and you don't know why. You don't know why, but it happened to you when you were young. And y'all, it's not fair. It is not fair, but it's real. Y'all, and that's why you have to get reprogrammed. You have to get with a coach, get with somebody that can help you break, interrupt the pattern, interrupt the things that are going on in your life. There were things going on in my life that people have said, that they were saying when I was young, right? And the truth is, I didn't realize it. I'm gonna give y'all a prime example of this. I had a coach. I hired a coach because I believe in hiring coaches now. I've told my team, I've told my class this, and I had an issue with money, right? So let me explain. Let me be transparent. So all of my life, my business life, I've been blessed, and I've been successful. But I've made a lot of money. I made a lot of money, but I always found my way back to zero. I always found my way to lose it. And I couldn't understand. I was like, damn, all this money I'm making. And then I always find a way to siphon it away. It wasn't until I hired a coach about 7 years ago. Y'all, listen, I was 50 years old. I'm not even tripping. Because see, a lot of us don't want to get help. You don't want to change. And so you resign yourself that I'm going to be this way, and you don't want to change. And so I'm like, okay, but I wanted to change. I said, this makes no sense. And so the coach helped me realize this, helped me realize something that was so powerful. The coach said, when I did it, the coach said, you know what, the truth, you know what's happening? Is you've internalized from your father who you admire. Your father made a lot of money, but when he died, he didn't have any money. And what happened was you've seen him make money, but lose it. I internalized that as that was the way it was supposed to be in my unconscious vibration. It wasn't until I interrupted that pattern. I interrupted that pattern, y'all. And once I interrupted that pattern, I reframed how I looked at money. Now, I don't lose money. I mean, I got more than enough, y'all. And what it is I don't say that to impress you. I say that to impress you that I'm doing the work. The shit. You got to do your own work. All of us have to do our own work, y'all. And a lot of us ain't willing to do it. So why you keep attracting the same guy? Number 2, your unconscious vibration. Number 3, it fulfills a need in you. And see, you keep attracting the same kind of guy because you need him. All right, now let me give you an example of this. You ever, like I had a coaching session, I had a discovery session with the lady the other day. And I said, and she kept telling me, what she did for the guy. She did this for him and he left her and she couldn't understand. She did everything for him. She washed his clothes. She motivated him. She did everything. I said, you know what the deal is? The deal is, what it is you only stay with him because he meets a need. You have a need to be needed. And she was like, huh? I said, you have a need to be needed. And what happens, anything that fulfills that need, you'll even allow him to go mess with another woman, to be with another woman. But as long as he needs you, you feel fulfilled. Tears streamed down her face and she said, Coach, that is it. I have a need to be needed. I said, baby, I know it comes from somewhere in your childhood where the truth of the matter is that you felt useless somewhere. And she just started boo-hooing. She started boo-hooing. And I said, many of us attract the same kind of guy because they fulfill that need in us. He fulfills that need. And you keep attracting guys who are downtrodden, who are out on their down on their luck, who have lost a job, and you're going to step in and you're going to help and you're going to do this. You know why? Because he needs you. Because there's a part of you that doesn't ever want to feel useless. And what I tell people is this, I said, you will quench that need. You will fulfill that need at the expense of your own emotions, at the expense of your own emotional and mental stability. Because he can treat you like a dog, he can treat you like shit. But as long as that need is being met, what you will do is you will continue down that path and you will justify the reasons why you need to stay because he needs me to help him. He needs me to take care of him. And so you stay because it fulfills a need in you. Tell me, y'all, how many times have you been in a relationship with somebody and you get just as much out of it as them, even if they don't treat you right, right? But you're getting something. There's something in it for you. And what happens is you got to identify what it is that's in it for you. You got to identify why you keep doing it. Number 4, desperation. Many people want a relationship so bad. Okay, so what you do is when you're in desperation, what happens is that energy goes into the universe. That energy goes into the universe. And so what happens is you'll take anyone that comes, even people who are not in alignment with you. When I say people who are not in alignment with you, and so what happens because you're desperate to be in a relationship, because all that matters is the relationship. Some people can't be alone because, again, they have issues of abandonment. And because they have issues of abandonment, what happens is they'll do anything to avoid being alone. And so I don't want to be alone. I'll take anything. I'll take this person. I'll take that person. I'll take this situation and that situation. But as long as I don't have to be alone, as long as I don't have to be alone, I'm all right. It's almost like the devil I know versus the one that I don't. I know what that feels like to be in a relationship that's abusive. I know what that feels like to be in a relationship where there's no love. I know what that feels like to be in a relationship where it's controlling, where they're controlling. But I don't want to be I don't know what it feels like. I don't want to know what it feels like to be alone. So I'll do all that other stuff so that I don't have to be alone. And desperation creates an environment where you begin attracting those kinds of people. And the last but not least, last but definitely not least, is you keep attracting the same guy. And this is a good one, y'all. It's because you haven't learned the lesson. There are people who come in your life to teach you something, y'all. And a lot of times God will use anybody to teach you a lesson. He will teach because you can't move past that grade. You can't get promoted until you learn the lesson, until you pass the test. And there are a lot of tests that I didn't realize years ago that, you know what, if I don't pass this test, I can't move to the next grade. I can't move to my next elevation. There are things that God wants to give y'all. There are people, there's a man out there that he wants to give you, but you won't do personal development. You won't develop yourself. You won't become a better communicator. So you know what? He'll put somebody in your life who communicates, who forces you to communicate, but you still won't do it. So what happens is he says, I can't give you the man, my son, somebody that's serving me, and you may be his daughter, but he says, my son is working on himself, but I got him for you. But the problem is you're not ready. Because you're not willing. You're not willing to get better, become a better version of yourself. You're not willing to self-reflect. You're not willing to become self-aware. Okay, you're not willing. And so because you're not willing, I can't give it to you. God will never promote who he hasn't prepared. Whoa, my God. I remember late great Bishop Lockett said that. God will never promote who he hasn't prepared. He's trying to prepare you. He's trying to help you learn the lesson, but you won't learn it. You're not willing to learn it. You're not willing to invest in yourself. And so thus, you tell the lie or you create a story and you say, you know what? I guess I'm not supposed to be with somebody. I ain't gonna find nobody. I guess ain't nobody out there for me. All men cheat. All men are dogs. All men are fuck boys. All men, whatever you say, all of the stuff that you say to help you cope with your current reality. But God is saying, you know what? It's you. He says, I want you to be better. He says, and I want you to understand this. You do not attract what you want. You attract who you are. Now, listen to what I'm saying. If you want a man that is loving, become loving. You want a man that communicates. Okay? You start communicating. You want a man who's financially free or physically fit? Become those things that you desire in someone else. And then you'll be on the frequency to attract the very thing that you are, not what you want. You'll attract who you've become. That is the reason why I tell my ladies, I can't coach everybody. Listen, y'all, I wrote in my book. I wish I had it. It's in my other office. I wrote in there about the type of person I want to be my client. I wrote about her. I wrote about him. All right. I wrote about not just the money he makes, but the mentality that they have. Because can't work with everybody. I interviewed somebody the other day. I was like, I don't think I can help you. I don't care how much money you got. It doesn't matter, y'all, because for me, it is all about empowerment, helping people to become a better version of themselves. And if somebody's not willing to become a better version of themselves, I'm not the coach for you. I am not the one for you. All right, y'all. I'm going to give you 3 ways to break free from this. And I'm not going to go into it. If you're interested in it, if you're interested in how to break free, book a session, book a discovery session. If you're interested in inbox me, and I'll send you the link to book it. Okay. But the first thing you have to do is release your old way of thinking. Okay. The 3 R's, I call it. Release. But there's a process to that because you've been operating on this program for a long time. But the second thing is you have to reframe the thought. And I teach my people how to reframe it. Because let me explain something to y'all. So I'm going to show you what reframing is. Reframing, it goes like this. I remember years ago, I went bankrupt, right? I went bankrupt. I had a company that was like we were in Black Enterprise. We was on QVC. We were doing work. It was 4 of us, right? And I don't blame anybody for it. We went bankrupt because I was young and arrogant at the time, and I had the talent, but I didn't have the character. I had the talent to get there, but I didn't have the talent, the character to keep it. I had the talent to get it, but I didn't have the character to keep it. And we lost it. And I went bankrupt. And I remember I was bitter because I felt like people had left me. I felt like people had abandoned me. I was the only one out there. But it wasn't until I changed the way I looked at things. That was when I changed. That was when I saw something different. If you change the way you look at things, you change what you see. I'll say that again. If you change the way you look at things, you will change what you see. And I began seeing something different. Where I was bitter at one point about the bankruptcy, then I said, well, wait a minute. Truth is, I knew how to build it once. I learned a lot. I knew how to sell. I know how to market. All right. Now I know important things about contracts. I know more now. I said, now the next time I'm going to build it better. All right. I haven't worked for anybody else in 28 years because of that bankruptcy. Y'all, if you change the way you look at things, you change what you see. All of the relationships you've been in. That's why one of the questions I ask, I say, what did you learn from it? How did you grow from it? Even if it broke up in a negative way, but you can learn from it. Take some from it. Let's reframe it. So I said, how I reframed my bankruptcy, I said, shoot, the bankruptcy was the best thing that ever happened to me financially. The reason why is because now I learned what not to do. I learned how to grow a company. Now I learned what contracts need to be in place. I learned what you need to do to grow. And now, Coach Ken, still doing it. And the last thing is recondition. Recondition who you are. Recondition. You remember what I told you? Your subconscious mind has been conditioned to do what it is. You've been programmed. Another word for programmed is conditioned. We have to recondition your thought process. Recondition your programming. That takes time. But I have examples of people whose programming has been reconditioned, and they're on this call. They're listening to this right now, and they will they will testify that it can happen. All you have to do is be willing. All you have to do is be willing to take the first step. Every journey starts with one step, the first one. Y'all listen, that is my time. I've been on here almost an hour. That's my time, y'all. If anybody wants to change, inbox me. Let's book a discovery session, and let's find out where you are, and let's craft a blueprint to get you out. All right, y'all. That is my time. I am Coach Ken, aka the Doctor. All right, aka the Doctor. All right, and look, I'm out. I appreciate y'all. Y'all could be anywhere in the country, but you're here with me tonight. And look, I'm done. Thank you so much, Angela. I appreciate you. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Peace.